Talo Falava, lo ingoa, usavia tama, Nathaniel, Leo. Ia wa ule mokua, and the only son. The only son is what matters. Of Bowalai, Samuelu Leo, and Folole Leo. So I'm the only son, I like to repeat. So Vicky and Bear, they're just the supporting cast, but I'm the main star of the movie.
Hello everyone, my name is Rachel Bear Ario Reko Leo Fitiao. I am the eldest daughter of Olai Samuelu Polole Leo. I am also the middle child, also known as the golden child of my dad. So Nat and Vicky, I mean, that's pretty much self-explanatory right there. Middle child, golden child. It is what it is, fam.
Hi everyone, my name is Vicky Florence Leo Cairo, and I am the youngest of Samuelu and Folole's children, also known as the baby, also known as the smartest, also known as the prettiest, and any other things that you can think of. I'm the favorite.
Talo Falava, o lo'i ingoa, o Rawana Leo, o au o le to'olua o le main star lela te au umatulana testimony. O ia o le main star, au o director.
Hey everyone, ia lo swafa o Mano, Farani, Frankie, Ranks, Fitiao. So I'm married to Samuelu's oldest daughter, Rachel Reko Leo. So if she's the golden child, that makes me the golden child too. Longo ingala, e golden child for ya. Ingala wa ole pele. E se ale pele ya Fenyo or Vicky. E se fele pele, you know, the golden child pele.
Hello, my name is T. Kyra. I'm married to Vicky Leo, Samuelu's youngest daughter. I'm the only non-Samoan in the family.
Talo Falava, ia wa'u o Folole, Paualai, Samuelu, Leo. Ia o leo whai mai lau whanau o lātou o pele a Paualai Samuelu Leo. E fo whai mai lo watali e tōtasi, uia o le pele. Ai Nathaniel, Vicky, ma Rachel. Whaamalia aku, o koe pele, a wa o le pele wha pele pele. E kele pele, pele koe wha pele pele. E anga o au, o le losa pae pae, a Paualai Samuelu Leo.
Growing up, from the time I could remember till now, just reflecting on my relationship with my dad, such an amazing relationship. You know, those times back when I was little, like he was hardly at home, and I never understood why. And it wasn't until I started going to school and college, and I got to see that my dad was a hard working man. He was so passionate about everything he did. If it was for church, for family, my dad had so much passion that he wanted to, you know, he always gave his best in everything. And I guess that's his heart, that he loved his family so much that he gave his best. And looking back now, I can honestly say that I'm everything that my dad has invested in me, of how to raise a family, how to be the man of the house, a godly man, how to be a loving husband to my wife. I learned this all from my dad, and I got to see it firsthand. I got to see it throughout my life, and You know, he was such a hard-working man that he was hardly at home. But when he was home, you know, when he was home, he invested everything about him into me. And you know, my dad, some funny moments here and there, but he knew how to be a friend when I needed a friend, and especially being the only boy in the family, he knew how to be a brother. But above all, he knew how to be a father to guide me through my teenage years. And man, that's something I miss, my fellowship with my dad. He cherished me because I was the only son, and I repeat, because I was the only son. But you know, I love my dad so much, and I miss him so bad. But I know in my heart, I know he's in heaven, and that gives me peace and gives me joy to know that you know, he's in a better place right now.
My relationship with my father-in-law, Samuelu, started when I first met him. When I went down to Poirua, we were sitting on the table, and of course I had contact lens on, so I think it was grey in my eyes. And I straightened my hair because I was going to see my boyfriend next. But I sat on the table, and Folole was talking first, and then Samuelu, the first thing Samuelu said to me was, are you half Gus? I was like, no, I'm Samoan. It's contact lens. But that's the moment that I knew that that his parents were chilled, and I felt comfortable from that point onwards.
My bond with Paul, man, I call him my old man. My bond with Paul was just unique. You know, ke leo kei mi, e peia o se uso Paul. Ke ia o teksa koe se kei mi sa skalunga. Koe sau le la makar kalunga. I ke text langa reply for me. Now laku. That's it. Now laku. 5 minutes later, o kui me fai ko al fat. E ke lele misi Paul kongulu. Lo makwai. I was kanaka ya lofa ke le Folole. Missing my old father, and especially his grandkids.
My siblings and I all had a different bond with my dad. My relationship with my father, I'd say, was really unique. It was special. My relationship with my father was like a roller coaster throughout the years. You know, growing up, I don't ever remember my dad yelling at me or, you know, me getting in trouble for anything. Like, I guess maybe because I'm the golden child, I got a lot of grace cards. I don't know about Nat and Vicky, but I mean, I can only speak for myself. I think I got away with a lot with my dad. Growing up, I didn't realize then. And in my teen years, you know, just at an age where I'm just trying to discover life in general and just like my journey, my walk with Christ. Dad was always very present in that, you know, growing up in church and always supporting us with just with being creative. Like he supported any creative idea I had, even if it didn't make sense. Dad was just like mangaya, like he would just be like, he was like the biggest hype man. Like I'm pretty sure he didn't even understand half of the things that, you know, my ideas and stuff like that, but he literally just supported it and was like, do it, you know. He was always that type of person. If your heart is set on it, do it, you know. And so yeah, that's why I guess I, being the golden child, was always, I don't know, like I always felt like anything that I put my heart to, even with Mum, you know, they constantly would just support it, and I'm so grateful for that.
I have so many good memories of Samuelu. One of them is watching sports together at my house. watching all the teams that he follow. He follows so many teams. Yeah, that's one of the best memories I have of Samuel. Just hanging out and watching sports in the weekends.
Today I just want to share a little bit about my relationship with my father. So my relationship with my dad was, if I was to describe it, it's like the weather. So they were in different, each part of my life was a different season. So during my childhood, I only have memories of my dad being very strict, very strict and scary. Like obedience and respect was his most important values that he wanted us to have growing up. And when you're little, you get angry at, like I used to get angry at dad and think, oh, you're so mean, like why are you not, I used to think that he wasn't a loving father. But when I became a parent myself, I understood the values that my father was trying to implement into his children. And I thank God for that, because now that I'm a parent, I want the same values for my children. And I understood that dad wanted us to have life skills. He wanted us to go out into the world and live a life full of these principles. And it really did help me navigate through my life, through my journey growing up into college, going to uni, and then into marriage, and just being the person that I am today. So I respect that from dad. As the years went by, my relationship with dad changed, and he wasn't just dad, he became our best friend. And it was just like, so the years that we shared in Melbourne have been nothing but a fun and a good time. Like we have so many great memories of our dad. He kind of mellowed down, and then we also started to respect him more. So we kind of met halfway, and it was a beautiful experience for us, because when we got to that point where we could enjoy each other's company, we ran with it. And my dad was so fun. And I'm so proud to be his daughter, to not just have a dad, but have a best friend. And so, yeah, our relationship right till the day that he left, dad was a fun, loving dad. So that's what I mean. Our relationship was like the weather, it was seasons, it developed over time. And I'm really happy that now that he's gone, we had a great relationship. And it's something that I hold close to my heart. And I hope to share the same relationship with my own children.
Something about my father, Bo, something that he's taught me, and I would love to carry on his legacy, is how he valued people. He valued his relationships. It didn't matter if you were a young kid, someone from church, or someone just off the street, a pastor. Dad didn't look at that. He looked at you, the person, and he valued that relationship. And that's something that I'm going to cherish and try and carry on. Yeah, that's something that I'll always remember about my dad. And, all I wanted, like, every time I did something and I knew he was proud, to get his approval, all he had to do was from afar. That's all I got, and that was enough for me. So, Dad, I love you so much. Not only you were an amazing father, you're an amazing husband to Mum, but you were my best friend. I love you, and I miss you, and you'll forever be in my heart. I love you, my best friend.
Something special that Samuelu's imparted into my life was that the thing that was highlighted for me was that he loved his children. He loved his children dearly. He served them, which was a different way of how I was brought up, but he loved his kids. That's all I knew, and he'll do anything for his children. Whether he's tired, he gets up and goes to work every day. And that's something that I've taken on board with my children. because at times it's hard to love our children. But Samuelo's taught me a lot, not just that, but he's also taught me about my culture and how important it is to keep your culture alive in your family. He'd always say, but yeah, that's something that I hold dear to my heart from Samuelo. And he was always, our relationship was, he held me he kind of honored me. I don't know why, but I kept on saying, oh, we're supposed to honor you. Like, it was always, but yeah, my relationship with Samuelo, he was a very respectful man towards me. Yeah. And yeah, it was very special. It was a special bond that we had. He was a very respectful man, and that's something I miss very much. The leader of our family, but that, yeah, there's just so many things that he's taught me. But that's the highlight, is that he loves his children, and just the way he spoils them and stuff like that. Really, yeah, has opened my eyes to what I need to do with my kids. But yeah, Samuelo, Manuela Malanga, we'll see you again, and save a seat for us. But yeah, and pray for us, that we will make it to where you are. We love you, and yeah, we'll see you soon.
Bo, I just want to thank you so much. You and Mum have built this family with a strong foundation. We are where we are right now because of you and Mum. Your hard work, constant prayers on your knees. I just want to thank you. I'm going to miss you heaps. Like, there's going to be no one turning up randomly in my house and ask for, a fizzy drink, and then we just watch rugby. But Bo, oh my gosh, you're a legend. We're going to continue to run the race. I remember you always tell me that, how proud you are of your kids, with Nat, Rach and Vicky. Just want to encourage you guys, your dad is proud of you guys, and he mentioned that to me so many times. And don't worry about your white rose. We got her 100%. We'll take good care of her, and we shall see you again. We love you, old man. Rest in peace. Love you.
A few things that I learned from my dad was to live in the moment, to embrace your surroundings, and to really make time. And that's something that I will never forget, because Dad was someone who definitely always lived in the moment, whether it would be at some kind of family gathering, whether he was with his friends or just hanging out at church, wherever it was. Dad literally lived in the moment. He just had fun. And I would see him embrace his surroundings. It didn't matter what background you're from. It didn't matter who you are, whether you knew my dad for a minute or a lifetime. He literally embraced you for who you were, and he just really made you feel loved, because that's who he was. He loved to have open conversations. He loved to have deep conversations, but he also just loved to make someone feel so important. So the importance of loving on people is something that I will forever cherish, because that was my dad. The amount of people that have come through, who have just shown so much love, and some of them we don't even know, but hearing the stories, it's just like, wow, that was our social butterfly in the family. And I'm just not surprised, because Dad loved to put a smile on people's faces. And yeah, just gonna miss him so much, so much. Okay, Dad, thank you so much for everything. Thank you for loving me and accepting me for who I am. When I gave you a hard time and all, you just were so patient and you just loved me regardless. And you know, throughout the years of then becoming a parent myself, we became so close, really understood your heart and your love, and you were just so genuine. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Dad, for just loving me, my husband, my kids, and even my friends. You know, you embrace them. You know, thank you for your teachings. I'm gonna miss you so much, Dad. I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you so much. But we know that it is well with our souls, that you are in a much better place. Rest easy, my belly. We love you. Don't worry about us. Don't worry about Mom. We're gonna hold it down for you. You know, we're gonna hold it down for you. Rest easy. I love you so much. And as you always say, ole happia. So we're going to continue to celebrate your amazing life and remain happy, because the joy of the Lord is our strength. And we will continue to have that joy until we see you again. I love you so much and I miss you.
So many lessons as well that he's taught us. One of them for me is just love your family, your kids, even though they've got their own little families. Still have time for them. Yeah, we're gonna miss you. We're gonna miss him so much, especially his beautiful wife and beautiful kids, and the people that he's crossed paths with. They're all gonna miss him as well. He's touched so many lives. The great man, and everyone will miss him a lot. So yeah, rest in peace, Samuel. We know you're a great man of faith, so we're not worried of where you are. The good Lord has looked after you, and we'll miss your smile, and we'll miss everything about you. Thank you.
Now that Dad is gone, I'm able to reflect and see the many things that Dad has taught me. I have many, but I'll just pick two that I feel is the most important to me. So the first thing that I captured from my dad and that I saw him action was that forgiveness leads to freedom. My dad was a very forgiving man. It didn't matter who had made him upset, even if it was us, his own children. The very next day, Dad will knock on our door with a big smile on his face, like nothing happened. And I think that's why he led such a happy life. He never let anything stick to him. Like, I never saw him hold grudges or hold things to his heart. And the second thing that I learned from my dad was the importance of fellowship. Everybody knows my dad. He never malolo's at home. He wants to go and kawhao and fellowship with everybody. My dad loved people, and it came naturally, and he loved to invest. He loved to connect with people of all ages. It wasn't just those in his age group. He loved to connect with people younger than him, the youth, our friends' friends. Like, he was just lovable. Like, everybody who encounters Dad loved him. And I think what Dad taught me was, when you connect and fellowship with others, it's such a fulfilling thing. You know, he didn't do it for any other reason, but it was so fulfilling to him, and that gave him joy. Now that we've come to the time where we say goodbye to my dad, but just the flesh, if I was to say anything to him, if he was still standing in front of me, I'd say, Dad, I love you and I'm proud to be your daughter. I am so proud to have the honor of being a daughter of such an amazing man. I carry that with pride, and I never boast of anything, but this I will. Because your life was a good life. You didn't just bless us, but you blessed many other people in your journey. You see it now that you're gone. Everybody is affected because we miss you. You've planted a seed in a lot of people. So Dad, I love you. I'm proud to be your daughter. I'll see you again. Save me a seat up there. I love you, Dad. Ia manuia lo malanga.